Welcome to this edition of On the Scene. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. If you're looking for something to do this summer, we got plenty of things to talk about on today's program. We're going to be covering the Mystery Authors Festival, which is coming up in early August, as well as some other tours and activities that the Division of Tourism is offering that you can take part in. Stay tuned. Welcome back to On the Scene, joined now by Kathleen Kelly with her Division of Tourism here with the City of Suffolk, talking about the Mystery Authors Festival, which is back again early August 2018, August 4th to be exact, a Saturday. Well, when we talk about the Mystery Authors Festival, what are we talking about? In other words, what's the genre? Because really it's expanded a little bit within the context of all the different authors that you have coming in. And also, I want to note off the top, there's a couple big headliners that are coming this year too. Yeah, we changed things up a little bit this year. We've got 40 authors coming this year. Yeah, this is our most ambitious slate that we've ever done. Right. We're super excited about it. This is our 5th year, which I can't believe we've gotten to 5 years already. Right. Seems like we were just here talking about the first one. And what we decided to do this year was we asked two very well-known authors if they would be willing to be our co-headliners. And we kind of crossed our fingers and hoped for the best. Right. And we got a yes response. Okay. And so our two co-headliners are Charlaine Harris and Toni Kellner. Now, Charlaine Harris, for those of audience who doesn't know, she is the woman who wrote the Sookie Stackhouse novels, which is the basis for the True Blood series that was on HBO. Got it. Super popular. Yes. All of her books are still in print. Right. She is just, so incredibly popular. We were delighted to hear that she would be willing to come here. And Toni Kellner is an extremely popular author in her own right. She writes a lot of paranormal mysteries, a lot of mystery, straight mystery titles. And the two of them are very, very good friends. And so we thought that would be a really good kind of a co-interview. Right. So the opening of the festival at 1 o'clock is going to be them on stage being interviewed. Got it. Mainly because they've also co-edited a bunch of anthologies together. Sure. So they'll be able to talk about what it's like working with, your friend and that kind of a thing. And they're both very lovely ladies. So I think it's going to be a really great thing to have both of them there, not only signing their books, but also, just talking to the festival. So now the festival itself runs from 1 until 6. It does, yes. However, the extra special start is at noon, and you want to talk a little bit about that. Yeah, from 12 to 1, we have our returning VIP meet and greet. Okay. We started that in 2015, and that's for an hour. Okay. That is the only ticketed portion of the day. Got it. And for $20, attendees can get an hour with the authors before the festival opens. Got it. You get light refreshments, a souvenir ticket, and then you also get a swag bag full of great goodies. Nice. So there will be some books in there, items from the authors themselves. The bag this year is loaded down. Got it. So it's a really great item, a great ticket price for what you're getting. And again, you get an hour access with those authors before everybody else gets in there. And we've limited it to the first 50 respondents. Got it. So, if you want to talk to Charlaine, that's the best time to do it because she's probably going to be inundated later on in the day. So, we're very excited to have her, and Toni be there during the day during that whole entire. Are tickets still available? Yes, I believe they are. Kind of late in the game, but yeah, I believe they are. Last time I checked, we still have some available. Okay, very good. We're kind of expecting that there'll probably be a run on them right before the festival, which is traditionally what happens. Sure. Most people say, "Oh, I need to go get my tickets," and they get them right before the festival. But as of right now, we do still have some available, so I definitely encourage people to come for that. So. And that's from 12 until 1. Right. And again, as you noted, that's the only ticketed and the only thing that's going to really cost you anything. Right. The rest of the festival from 1 until 6, which is really the bulk of what we're talking about, is free and open to the public, completely as you noted, at the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts, Saturday, August the 4th. Yes. But as far as what's going to make up those 5 hours, what will be taking place over that period of time? Because you've got a variety of things going on, so really, it's not just one room, that's where everybody is. There's different little venues. Yeah, we have it kind of structured like a lot of other writing and fan festivals. Yes. And what we do is we have 3 workshops going on, 3 panels. The panel and the workshop will be at the same time. You just have to pick which one you want. Got it. So they'll be every hour on the hour. And then throughout the whole afternoon, the authors will be in the 2 art galleries signing their books. So if you don't want to attend the workshop or the panel, you can filter among the tables and talk to your author. Sure. You could spend the whole time in a panel or a workshop. Correct. So there's a little bit of something for everybody there. We've got some really great panel topics. We've got one of them is about quirky characters.
Another one is about crafting a perfect successful thriller, which I think is going to be a really great one. And then we've also got one about, I believe the title is "My Day Job's Trying to Kill Me." So we've tried to make them inject a little bit of a fun into them, because these are fun people that are coming. So, and on the workshop side, we've got another gentleman, one of our featured authors, John Dedegas, is running about what goes into writing a book, getting it to publication, that kind of a thing. And then we've got one workshop that has about 6 authors, I believe, that are going to be talking about how many hats you have to wear as an author. You have to do social media, you have to do the actual writing, you have to do your promotion. And then our very last workshop idea is by Christine Trent, who is another featured author, and she has written a series that's based on Florence Nightingale, and has kind of taken on that mystery theme, and she's going to be dressing up as Florence Nightingale.
Nice, okay.
So she's gotten a lot of great response to that, and I think it's going to be really fun to have her in character, and talking about her book and about that kind of time period. It's a historical feel to it, so we've got a little bit of something for everybody.
Got it.
And like I said, from 1 to 6, it's free. You cannot beat that.
No, you can't. Now, my understanding is certainly you're going to have, when the authors are there doing the book signings, you're going to have a few books for every author on sale if people want to buy them when they're there. So there is obviously a cost for that. But if you have books by these authors and you want to bring them in, you can bring in a book and still get your autograph or get it signed for no charge, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Some years we have somebody come in with a book that's basically falling off the hinges, very dog-eared and beloved, and they bring it to us and they say, "Can I have this signed?" And of course you can.
Sure.
Obviously we would not turn that down. We say to you, please bring your beloved copies in and have your favorite author sign it. We will have about 25 copies per author of whatever books that they decided to bring with them for sale, and we do accept cash, credit card, or check at the checkout area. So, and that's going to be running all afternoon. And again, like we talked about, we're going to have that initial opening session is going to be Charlene and Tony on stage being interviewed.
So and that starts right at 1 o'clock.
That starts right at 1 o'clock. It's kind of our opening for the entire festival.
Good.
So,
and that'll be in the theater there at the Suffolk Center. So again, you got a pretty big venue, so a lot of people can come in there or start their day with and kind of come and go as they want to. Now, you mentioned off the top 40 authors. Okay, people are like, well, who else is going to be there? And there's a great way to tap into that because you have a website and you also have social media.
We do. We have. We've been trying to, kind of get the word out as much as we can. We've been doing a lot of advertising, so we do a lot on the social media side. We do have a dedicated Facebook page, and that's Suffolk Mystery Authors Festival. And you mentioned our website, which is SuffolkMysteryAuthorsFestival.com, and that has everything you need to know. Schedule's been updated. Anytime there's any type of a change, I immediately update the website and on our social media. And also our Visit Suffolk VA Instagram page, I've started to put a lot of items up there about the festival itself. So you're going to start seeing a lot of things over the next 2 weeks. Media releases going out, so we're going to have a lot of coverage probably in the newspapers and things like that.
Very good. Now, as far as the website, you can look at, correct me if I'm wrong, bios for every author and see kind of some of the books they've written to get a feel for who's there because, you might know most of the people, you might only know a few, but it's a good way to get to know other authors. And of course, if you're a reader, voracious or not, I mean, certainly it's a good way to kind of get into the thing. And I think the interesting thing about the Mystery Authors Festival, if you're a fan, you're covered. If you're a writer that just want to find out what's going on or meet other writers, you're covered. If you want to get into the business and maybe you haven't started doing anything yet, you're covered. I mean, it really offers a way, a little bit of something for everybody. I mean, if you read, you're covered. I mean, it's really a basic thing right there. But I think that's very interesting for what y'all tried to do with the festival. Certainly to grow it, it's evolved over the 5 years you've talked about. And I mean, you figured out what works and what you need to get more of, because based on fan demand, so to speak. And I think that's been good as far as how you developed it and built it. And as you noted, I mean, this is the most populous authors group you've had.
We've never had this many. I think the most we've ever had, I think we approached maybe 26 or 27 one year, but this year we had so many applications. And due to the space requirements of where we have the authors, we were only able to accept up to 40. And unfortunately, we had to turn some away just because we don't have the room. So, but in some ways that's good because it kind of keeps the space intimate. So you're not, it's not just, so many that you don't get a chance to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
40 seems like a lot because
Right.
it's more than we've ever had.
Correct.
But that's still enough that you can talk
Yes.
to everybody throughout the day if you put your mind to it.
Right,
so,
right.
So I think we've really high hopes for this year. I think it's going to be a really great day for everybody.
Sure.
And like I said, the website has everything you
Yeah.
could possibly want.
Yep.
I was just at the dentist yesterday, and my hygienist was asking me what was going on, and I told her about it, and she didn't know anything about it.
Right.
So I directed her to her website, and she said, I think I'm going to come to this. I'm a
Perfect.
big mystery
Yeah.
reader. So, I showed her all the bios and everything, and she was thrilled by that. So,
And the authors you have coming are really coming from all over.
they really are.
Right?
Yeah, we've got, most of them are coming from the Virginia area. We do have a
Right.
lot of mystery authors
Yes.
that are in the Virginia area,
Sure.
especially around the DC and Richmond area.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have some that are coming as far as from Georgia. There's one coming from Illinois.
Yeah.
Some from upstate New York.
That's great.
So, and in the past, we've also had a couple of Canadians come.
Right.
So it's pretty much all over.
Yeah.
So we're pretty lucky with the roster that we've got, and they couldn't be nicer people. So.
Yeah, I mean, and I think you used the word intimate. I think it is an intimate setting, and that doesn't mean crowded.
Right.
But in the sense of the fact that you really get to sit there when you're getting the book signed. It's not just a processing line where
Right.
sign it, move. You get a chance to talk with them a little bit. Now I know you mentioned the meet and greet. You perhaps more of an opportunity there. It's a lot more casual. Good way to kind of get to know them there. Talked about all the forums and things going on. So there's plenty of opportunity, no matter who your favorite is among the list. You might find some new favorites out there too, which is great. And I think the fact that you're offering books for sale, so if you don't know, you talk to the author and think, you know what, this person, he or she knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And I think this book, you got a book there you could purchase right there and get it signed and then go on and become a fan from there.
Yeah, and several of the returning authors, several that have come years, each year,
Sure.
they have said that this is one of their favorite events only because they love the venue,
Right.
number one. And number two, because it's such an intimate venue, they feel like they've got the time to talk to their fans.
Yes.
Because in other conventions, I mean, not knocking those conventions because you can get to
Right.
see a lot of people,
Right.
but it is kind of where you're a little bit of a number there. And this one, they really take the time to kind of chat with the people
Yeah.
who come through, and they really make some connections with their fans,
Got
which
it.
is what they want. So that a lot of them feel that that's why they love this particular event so much. So it's going to be a great day for everybody.
Looking forward to it. So Saturday, August the 4th,
Yep.
from 1 until 6, 12 o'clock, of course, is the VIP meet and greet. That's the only ticketed or the only event necessarily that would cost anything. But again, if you want more information, either visit their Facebook page or the website. We'll put those URLs and contact information back up on the screen. Of course, you can also call the Visitor Center for more information there as well. So that's the Mystery Author Festival, Saturday, August the 4th, right here in Suffolk. And again, whether you live in Suffolk or not, it's the event to be at as far as if you're interested in this genre or just really in authors or reading in general. So again, a great way to do that. So Kathleen, thanks for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. And we'll have more on the scene when we return. Welcome back to On the Scene. We're still talking tourism, but we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on this summer and some things that you can take part in really that are going on year round, but some of the things we're going to focus on is what's happening right now. And join us again, we have Kathleen from tourism and also Kevin Sari, who works over at the Visitor Center. Kevin, talk about the tours. I know that you kind of are the tour guy when it comes to that, literally a tour guide for some of them as well. Talk about what y'all offer through the Division of Tourism and what people can take part in, how they can sign up, and I mean, because you got quite a few things going on over there.
We offer several different tours throughout the year, actually.
Right.
The first one is probably one of our most popular tours, and that is the Dismal Swamp narrated bus tour.
Right.
And we offer those throughout the week and on weekends.
Okay.
It's a 4-hour tour led by a biologist that will take you through the swamp, teach you about the wildlife, plant life, the history, about the refuge itself. We also offer nature walks of the Washington Ditch Boardwalk area of the refuge. If you enjoy history, we offer historic narrated bus tours of the downtown historic district. And we also offer walking tours of Cedar Hill Cemetery.
Right.
If you like storytelling and legends, we also offer the Legends of Main Street, a Suffolk Ghost Walk. And that's probably our second most popular tour.
Gotcha.
And we usually do those once a month in the summer and more frequently in the fall. But that is a 90-minute walking tour guided by an actress, and it's done by Lantern Light.
Right.
And we tell a little bit of the history, some of the legends of not only downtown Suffolk, but all throughout the city of Suffolk.
Sure.
And also, if you're more adventurous, we offer kayak excursions of the Nansemond River, the Lake Drummond, Bennett's Creek Park, and that sort of thing. All of those can be found by going to the website, visit SuffolkVA.com. All the dates are listed there. Or you can call the visitor center.
Okay. Now, when you talk about the tours especially, I would imagine these are pretty fun, shall we say, for both not only non-residents but residents as well. I mean, really, because I mean, a lot of people maybe are new to Suffolk, or maybe even you've been here for a while. They just don't know the history of Suffolk, and these are great ways to kind of tap into it, as well as you noted off the top, to tap into the Great Dismal Swamp, which is such a resource that we have in our city that I think people just think, well, that's a swamp, but there's a lot more to it than that.
Right.
Yeah.
We get a lot of comments from residents who take the tour saying that they lived here for decades and have never ventured into the swamp. And afterwards, they want to go back and hike or bike some of the trails.
And y'all partner with a lot of people as far as to do some of the tours. I mean, obviously with the Great Dismal Swamp, I mean, you have biologists that you work with some of the canoe tours, you have some groups. So again, y'all partner with different people to put this on to really get a lot of bang for the taxpayer's buck for what tourism is doing, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
And for this year, we've partnered with the Suffolk Nansemond Historical Society. Right. So some of the historic bus tours we offer, we'll stop at the headquarters and get a brief tour of the historic house and some of the memorabilia they have on display there.
Gotcha. Now, when you mention the tours, especially the canoe tours for this question, but age appropriateness for all of these, I mean, how would you kind of group them? I know obviously definitely children can take part, but there's some age restrictions, especially on the canoe, correct?
Well, the kayak.
Kayak, I'm sorry, yes.
We say 17 or older, but we do allow 10 years or older, but they have to be with a parent or guardian.
Got it. And any lunch provided as far as with the kayak tours, or any of the ones that take a little bit longer than maybe just the walking ones?
For the Dismal Swamp narrated bus tour, because it does go through the lunchtime hour, we do offer a small little snack and a bottle of water. But if someone wants to bring, a little bag lunch, they're more than welcome to.
And a lot of these tours and excursions have really been offered for a while, so y'all kind of massaged them over the years as far as developing the topics and the content to really make them fit, and then they have evolved a little bit, right? I mean, as far as over time, so if you've done it before, it might be time to maybe go again, correct?
We do change things up every now and then to keep them fresh.
Yeah, I've taken the ghost tour twice, and it's amazing. Actually, no, I've taken it 3 times, and it's every time it's just even better than the last, so I highly recommend it.
Now, can you take the tours with a group that you kind of put together? I mean, how do you do the scheduling? I mean, obviously you might have a single or a couple or a family that wants to do it, but if you have a bigger group, how can you coordinate that through tourism to make these happen?
Sure, they can contact us if we don't have a particular date available. Or scheduled. They can contact us if they have a family reunion or a large group that wants to do, a tour of the Dismal Swamp or the Ghost Walk. We can definitely coordinate with them.
Right, very easy to work with. I appreciate you and your staff for handling all that. And Kathleen, as well as looking into August, there's a movie night coming up. And again, it kind of ties into what we talked about in the first segment with the Mystery Authors Festival, right? Yeah,
we decided, we thought, well, we've got all these mystery authors in town, so why not carry the love a little bit further in August? So we decided to show the Murder on the Orient Express. It came out in the theaters at the end of last year, and really big box office hit. Huge cast, has just about every major star in Hollywood.
Who's not in it?
Who's not in it, exactly. And I myself saw it, and it was really, really fun. It's a couple hours of just, it's a classic whodunit. Takes place up in the Swiss Alps, and it's really a fun 2 hours. That's going to be on Thursday, August 16th, and it is free to everybody who wants to come. So, and that will be at the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts. We do ask that people who are coming maybe might like to bring some items for schools.
Got it.
So, just something to get back to the community. But that showing is at 7 o'clock, and again, that is totally free. So, it's a nice evening for everybody to be out. Good date night. So, it's a lot of fun.
And the Suffolk Center, I don't think people realize that they do. I mean, the way the theater is set up, and then the audio-video system they have in there. I mean, I know y'all partner with them quite a bit on movies, but it's really set up to do that kind of event.
It is, and they just recently, I think within the last 6 months, just upgraded their equipment, and it is amazing. I feel like it was probably the December movie, and it just blew me away.
Yeah.
The sound quality is amazing. So I highly recommend, if you have not been to a movie there, just definitely check it out. It's like going to a regular theater. So and there's plenty of seating for everybody.
Right.
There's seating for, I believe, 500.
Okay.
So, and the staff couldn't be more warm and friendly, and they'll help you with whatever you need. So
Gotcha.
The only caveat is that you're not allowed to bring snacks in.
Okay.
So it is a historical building, and
Okay.
so they do need to watch out
Of course,
for that.
I understand.
So,
Yeah.
but other than that,
Right.
it's a great evening, and I think it would be a lot of fun for a lot of people. So.
And again, the movies, there's no charge to attend.
Right,
So I mean,
right.
really, you can't get anything better than that. But
Yep.
again, it's just great venue, fun flick as far as to check out. And again, it ties in sort of with the mystery theme that we connect up with the Mystery Authors Festival. So a great way to, again, showcase some of the things that Suffolk is doing, the Suffolk Center, which is one of the jewels in our crown here in the city.
Definitely.
And the fact as far as what the Division of Tourism is doing to promote tourism and, sort of stay at home both for the residents and also bringing in people from other communities as well, which is what we want to do, which helps bring tax dollars back into the community and helps everyone in that sense. Kevin, we talked about the fact that, you're certainly the manager and the coordinator with the Visitor Center, but talk about what that resource really brings to people who have never been to the Visitor Center, what people can find when they come in. Because again, it's a wealth of information, but it's really neat. And then you also have some displays there too.
Sure, yep. We're state certified, so we not only carry information about Suffolk, but throughout the state
Right.
of Virginia. So if you're planning, a local trip to Hampton Roads, we have brochures there. Staff can help you. We're also open 7 days a week, 9 to 5. So
Okay.
we're always there.
Right.
If you need us.
Right.
We have 2 galleries in the inside. One showcases the Dismal Swamp, some of the wildlife and history that can be found out of the refuge. And another case we have Suffolk history memorabilia,
Right,
telling
right.
the story of Suffolk.
Sure.
We also have a little gift shop inside.
That's
So
right.
if you're looking for some Suffolk mementos, if you have visitors coming in, staying guests,
Correct.
little hostess gifts, that
Right.
sort of thing, we can help you out with that as well.
And then as part of the, if you will, menu or the offerings that tourism also does, as far as the latest edition, so to speak, was the train station that also
Yes.
came under the jurisdiction of Division of Tourism in the city of Suffolk, and talk about what people can find there as well.
Sure. The train station is historic, a train depot that
Right.
dates to 1885, which is new hours. So we're now open 10 to 5 daily.
Got it.
So 7 days a week. Inside, we have a history of all the railroads that have passed through Suffolk in its lifetime. We also have a 2-room HO scale model depicting Suffolk back in 1907, which is a really good storyteller for showcasing the history
Sure.
of Suffolk.
Sure.
We also have a little caboose that visitors can climb in and explore as well.
And tourism staff are staffing that.
Yes.
So again, you have some the resources and the training that y'all put in to make sure these folks are informed so they can work with the people who come in. 2 great amenities, relatively close together, but really offering different views as to the history of Suffolk and the present of Suffolk, as the case would be with some of the other materials that you have in there. So we appreciate that and everything the Division of Tourism is doing to keep both residents and non-residents informed about the history and the future in our great city. So I want to thank you both for your time today on the Scene. That will do it for this edition. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. We'll see you next time.